Hi, how is everybody doing? Welcome to this live stream. Oh, I put my title page over here. Welcome to this live stream where once again we're going to look at more hard to pronounce English words. A couple weeks ago I did a live stream. I'll put a link, if you're watching the replay, I'll put a link up here. But a couple of weeks ago I did a live stream on how hard to pronounce English words. And people really enjoyed it, but people had a lot of suggestions for other words that they themselves have trouble pronouncing. So a few of you messaged me on Facebook. A few of you left some words in the forum yesterday. I put a form up where you could enter some words. And then a few of you just sent me messages in comments, here's some words. So I have this morning a little bit of a random collection of words. Random means that the words aren't really related to each other, but I have about 15 words that you have sent to me, and I'll take a look at them. So first of all, I do need to say hello to Judith or Rose. She asked if I would say hi to her in my next live stream. She can't make it. Also, hi to Tejman, Crystal, Gervier, Praveen, Charles, Lucia, Lulu, Suritat, Drake, Zeng, Crystal, Tantan. Wow, a lot of you jumping into the live stream right now. That's very, very cool. Again, for those of you that are joining us, we're going to be looking at more hard to pronounce words. Lulu asks, hi there, Bob. Good afternoon. It's good morning. My day's just getting started over here. But yes, I just want to say welcome again to everyone. So let's get started. We have lots of time this morning, so I'll try to go as slowly as possible. We'll start with mirror. So mirror was probably suggested by about 6 different people. Mirror, it is a bit of a challenge, right? It's mirror. I think it's the double R in the middle that makes it a challenge. But you can see here we have a mirror, and this girl is looking in the mirror. When you use a mirror, you see your reflection. So mirror is how you pronounce it. If some of you are practicing at home, it starts with a closed mouth, mirror, and you look in the mirror to see your reflection. I think this is pretty common around the world, but we have mirrors in our washrooms or bathrooms. Usually when you're getting ready in the morning, then you can look in the mirror and then you can see your reflection and you can make sure your hair looks okay. And for me, I have to make sure my eyebrows aren't growing crazy because I'm getting older and that happens. But a mirror is something that you look into and you see your reflection. And usually you have a couple of these in your house. So I have a series of W words that I'm going to look at. So let me check something here for a minute, guys. I want to make sure. Excellent. So everything's working. So I have a few words that start with W, and this came from Sejan. He asked if I would go over these. So world, so you can see a map of the world. This RLD, the WO is pretty easy, but the RLD is the hard part, I think, for non-native English speakers. So world, my tongue ends up going to the top of my mouth. So world, hopefully you can say that. So, and if you're stuck, here's a hint. If you have trouble saying world, you can kind of use earth as an interchangeable word. You can't really say around the earth, but you can say around the world, and you can say all over the planet or all over the earth there's people doing whatever. So you can, if you really have trouble with world, practice it a lot, but there are a few other words you can use. So this is a map of the world. I live over here in Canada. Most of you who are watching live over here. We refer to this as Southeast Asia. I know a lot of you are coming in from that. I think when it's 8 a.m. here, it's evening for you guys, so it's easy to watch a live stream. So anyways, world. It's our first W, so we have a W here, world. Just let me find the next W one. I think my pile. Oh yes, here's the next two. So the next one is work. So you can see these people are working. Work. The person who asked me about this one just said they have trouble with the R and the K together, work. So I go to work every day. A lot of you have jobs and you go to work. Sometimes during the day you have a lot of work to do. So the pronunciation is, again, work. It's almost like the O is making an E sound, like so work. Lots of work to do. So we had world, now we have work. I'm just going to pause for a sec again to say to people, hello Wen Yen, hello Sion, hello Gurveer, I think I said hi already, Wen Yen Lee, hello Peter 028, Mohammed, Zila, Lulu again, Eric, welcome everybody to the live stream. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just doing another series of hard to pronounce English words. And at the end of this, if you have words you need me to help you pronounce, just put them in the comments or in the chat. I'll scroll back at the end as well, but this is what we're doing. We've gone over a few already. We just looked at world, so we all live in a big world. A lot of us go to work, and then we have walk. So when I talk to a couple of people who are learning English about this one, the difficulty is that you want to pronounce it wrong. It's walk. It's similar to like W-O-K, walk. Okay, so this is obviously a person walking, so they're walking along a path. I like to walk every day for exercise, but it's if you you think we just had world and work, and now we have walk. So I'm opening up a bit more to say an ah sound. So walk. Walking's really nice. If I'm ever in a bad mood, I usually go for a walk, and that helps. Like a long walk, like more than 30 minutes. I really like walking. If you like walking, tell me in the chat right now. Just say that you love walking. So I love walking. And I like walking by myself. It clears my head. Next one. I think I went over this word when I did phrasal verbs the one time. So cough, like, so, oh, you're not supposed to do that anymore. You're supposed to go, I'm not sure if you knew that. You're supposed to cough into your elbow now, not into your hand. So this person is coughing. The challenge with cough is the GH for people who are learning English. So just have something flying around here. So it's cough. It's an F sound at the end. So when you get sick, a lot of times you cough a lot. You also sneeze, right? Like, that's a sneeze. And a cough is when you're like, like that. Luckily, I haven't really coughed a lot this winter. I haven't been sick very much. So, but that is definitely a challenge. So, and it's because in English, we often change how we use the GH, right? Sometimes it makes no sound, like in though, and then sometimes it makes the F sound as in cough. So cough, there you go. I hope you guys aren't coughing very much. It's not very fun when you have a cold. Good morning, Hector. Good morning, Saria. Good morning, Vinicius. I think I'm losing track of who I said hi to and who I didn't, but welcome. Hello, Busakorn. Hello, Lucia, again, and Praveen. Hello, Praveen. We're looking at English words that are hard to pronounce, and we've gone over a few for those just joining. So focus. So the letter C sometimes makes an S sound and sometimes makes a hard K sound. So in this case, it's focus. Focus. And you can see here, this is out of focus. When something is out of focus, we say it's blurry. So this is blurry. And because of the lens in the glasses, this is in focus. So this is blurry, this is in focus. So you can also focus a camera. When you have a camera and you go to take a picture, you can focus the lens. Sometimes you push the button and it's autofocus. But when you focus something, it's when you take it from being blurry or out of focus to being in focus. So this is how you pronounce it, focus. And then again, blurry or out of focus. And then this is in focus. And then you can read the text there. I can't read the text there, though, because it's in a different language. I don't know what language it is. Hello, Wyfon. Hello, Elena, sorry. Sometimes I say names a little bit wrong. Welcome to the live stream, guys. So probably. So probably. This is a tricky word because it has so many syllables, right? So probably, 3 syllables. And then I think it's tricky to do the bubbly, probably. And then in English we say it really fast, right? Like I could say, today I'm probably going to have a nap. So probably becomes probably. Like I say it way too quickly. The reason I have dice here is because probably means that something might happen or it might not happen. So I will probably, if I say I will probably have a nap today, it means that there's a good chance that I will have a nap, but it's also possible that I won't have a nap. So I'm indicating that something is probable. It's another version of the word probably. So probably, if I say it really slow, does that help? Probably. And the B's are a little tricky, right? The probably. Now, I think I'm showing off a little bit, aren't I? I should stop doing that. The next suggested, oh, by the way, these are all words that came from you guys. So thank you very much for submitting them. Each of you probably has an English word that they find hard to pronounce. So thank you for submitting these. And again, if you have any more, put them in the comments and I'll go over them later. But this is whisper. So this person is whispering to this person. And I think you know all the levels of volume of talking. Like if I talk like this, I'm whispering. So whispering is a really low, quiet form of talking. Sometimes you whisper in someone's ear. You know, you lean over and you whisper in their ear. And then now I'm talking normal, and then if I talk really loud, it's called yelling. I don't want to do it now, but I could if I wanted to. I could start yelling. It's about it. I can probably yell louder than that, but whisper. So the challenge here, I was speaking to a student who was having trouble with this, is the H here has no business being there. It's whis. So there's no sound made by this H, so it's whisper. And they were having trouble getting from the S to the P. So it is just a simple whisper, and definitely means when you are whispering to someone, you're talking quietly. Often when you whisper to someone, you are telling them a secret. So a secret is something only you know and you tell the other person. So you might be whispering a secret to them. Specialty. This was submitted as well. So specialty. So first of all, the meaning. Specialty is something that a person is good at. Like they're really, really well trained to do a certain thing. So my specialty is teaching. But a restaurant can also have a specialty. So we see these really fancy chocolate treats. So these could be a certain restaurant. This could be their specialty. This is the thing that they do really, really well. And so it has the word special in it, right? So specialty. This is the part that's tricky. It's specialty. So it's hard because all of these letters, the C-I-A-L-T, they kind of merge into one sound. So specialty. These look really yummy, by the way. I wish there was a place where I could go get those. But specialty, yes, another challenging word to pronounce. So I have a few more here. This one often gets mispronounced in English. It's library. The BR is pronounced, the br. So it's library. I'm going to the library to get some books. But often people get lazy and don't pronounce the R, and it's incorrect, and it will make you sound like you don't know English very well. So if I rarely pronounce words wrong because I don't want you to hear them wrong. But some people say library. Don't say that. Okay, it's library. If you are a new speaker to English and you are in an English-speaking country and you pronounce this wrong, it makes you sound really fresh, like you don't really know English very well. So library, again, a library is a place where you can go and check out books. You can go with your library card and you can check out books. If you haven't seen, there is a video, I'll put a link up here, where I go to a library and teach some English in the library. Yes, a library has shelves and books. You can check out books or borrow books using your library card. And the person who works at a library is called a librarian. And if you know anything about me, you know that my mom was a librarian. She's retired now. She's older, so she doesn't work anymore, but she was a librarian. Specialty, yeah. Peter, you got to get the L in there. Specialty. But that's a pretty good description of how to do it. And then Lucky says, "You are doing a great job. We love you." Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And then hello to everyone who's joined us in the last 10 minutes. And then I'll go over jewelry in a little bit. Prescription. So this is called different things in different countries, but in Canada, when you go to the doctor and the doctor says you need medicine, the doctor writes you a prescription. So it's kind of a mouthful. We would say this is a mouthful to pronounce, like, it's hard to get it out, but prescription. Everything's pronounced here. Everything's pronounced in its normal way, like prescription. So I might have a prescription for heart medicine, and the doctor writes my prescription. So he writes it on a piece of paper, and I go to the pharmacy or I go to the drugstore, and then the pharmacist will fill my prescription, which means that they'll take my paper prescription, they'll get the pills that I need, put them in a little bottle, and then I'll take them home. So prescription. I guess it's not that hard, is it? Prescription. Prescription. There you go. But we don't often use the whole word refrigerator. We just say fridge. So if you're having trouble with pronouncing refrigerator, it's the thing in your kitchen that keeps everything cold. This part's actually cold and this part's, everything's frozen. But a refrigerator is a little bit hard to pronounce. So we have refrigerator. Again, that's where you keep everything. If you do have trouble, just say fridge. Like when I bring home stuff from the grocery store that's cold, I put it in the fridge. I don't often say, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. I more often say, I'm going to put it in the fridge, a little short form of the word. So yes, the place where you keep food cold. Again, see, sometimes even I have trouble speaking English. Hello, Kate. Hello, Vikram, Marcos. Welcome. We're got just a few left here, and then we'll be done. So air. I know this is a short word, but I think it's tricky because we have the A and then the I. So this is some balloons floating in the air, and the balloons probably have air in them. But air, I guess what's tricky about it is the A and the I together make an like air sound. So it rhymes with pear, it rhymes with care. So you can eat a pear, or you can provide someone with care or take care of them. So air is how it sounds, air. So these balloons are up in the air. Airplanes fly up in the air. And I thought this was a good one. Language. This is the last word that I have to go over with you, but I'll take some pronunciation words from the comments in a sec, or the chat. But language. This G-U-A-G-E. It's language. When I pronounce it by itself, it sounds funny, but I speak the English language. I know some of you speak the Chinese language, some of you speak the French language, some of you speak the Spanish language, some of you speak Vietnamese, but language, every one of us speaks a different language, and it is tricky. I think it's the gw, very English sound, right? Language. So language, we all speak it. Anyways, let me check the chat and see if there's anything else to look at. I'm just going to jump back to my my document to see if there were any additions as well. There's none there. I know that there was a request with jewelry, so I'll put that in the chat for a sec. So jewelry in Canada, we say jewelry. We don't pronounce every syllable, so I go to the jewelry store. We hardly even say the W, like jewelry store. I think in the UK they pronounce it a little differently, so if you are learning British English, check for the pronunciation, but I know in Canada and in the United States we say jewelry. I don't buy a lot of jewelry. My wife, Jen the Canadian, she doesn't wear a lot of jewelry. Maybe I should start, but we'll see as it goes forwards. So Elena says, specialization and specialty, what's the difference? So my specialization or my specialty is teaching English. You can use them interchangeably. When you specialize, that's when you choose a field to go into. You have a specialization or a specialty. If you need to see specialization, you have to scroll up in the chat. Jewelry, thoughts and prayers of those affected by the terror incident in New Zealand. Yeah, I haven't not heard about that yet. I haven't read the news yet, but I will later. Cyan asks, could you make a lesson about the difference between American and British accents? You know, I have to find someone who has a British accent, and then I'll do a video with them so that you can hear. As I've said before, the Canadian accent and the American accent are very similar. There is a small difference, but the British accent and the Canadian accent are a lot different. So, how to pronounce Vaughan, a city near Toronto. So I'll put that in the chat, V-A-G-H-N. So this is close to Toronto. There's a small, I think it's a suburb called Vaughan. So V-A-U-G-H-A-N. And it's just Vaughan. It's one syllable. That's all you have to say. So the next word we have is awkward. So the suggestion from Abdelilah says, how do you pronounce awkward? So it's just awkward. And for those of you that don't know, when you feel awkward, you're kind of embarrassed by what you're doing. Or maybe you're playing a new sport and everyone else is really good at it. But you feel awkward because you don't know how to shoot the basketball or kick the ball, so awkward. Hopefully I'm not missing any here. I'm going to go way back and take some of the comments from earlier. A lot of people saying hi, hello, hi from Russia, hi from Myanmar. Finally got some free time. That's awesome, Peter. Mohammed's coming in from Indonesia, Kurdistan, Iraq. Girl and world sound the same. Yes, so we have Suritat is saying it's difficult sound world, and then Vinicius is saying girl and world sound the same. Little difference though, because world, you do have a d sound at the end, but girl, like boy and girl, and world are very, very similar. Lucia is sick. I'm sorry, Lucia. I hope you get better soon. Praveen says that they like to go for a morning walk. That's very awesome. And then Elena says it's a small world. It is a small world. I don't think, I never imagined I would be doing a live stream to people all over the world when I was a little kid. This is really cool. Vaughn, jewelry, specialty, you're doing a great job. It's really hard to learn English. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize all the time. English is really difficult to learn. Wafa says, I like your Instagram page. Cool, thank you very much, Wafa. And let me go down here. I really enjoy learning English right here. You are welcome. Oh, Massachusetts. So there's a state in the US, and I don't even know how to pronounce it or to spell it correctly. Let me find it for a sec. Massachusetts. Is this how we do it? It has too many letters in it. It really does. But there is a state, the state of Massachusetts. And I might even be pronouncing it slightly wrong because there's local pronunciations of different things, but Massachusetts is how I would pronounce it. That's a great one. Gravir put that one in, Massachusetts. Is there a difference between the upper and lower compartment of a refrigerator? Yes, so in Canada, the upper part is frozen. So like if you want to make ice cubes, you put the ice cube trays in the upper part. Some fridges are reversed though, and the freezer's on the bottom, but most fridges, top part is the freezer, and the bottom part is the actual refrigerator where you would keep milk or juice or things like that. So Kate is asking about the word prefer. So prefer is when you like something better than something else. So I prefer to go for a walk in the morning as opposed to the afternoon. So prefer, it's P-R-E-F-E-R, prefer. I prefer to go in the morning. And then awesome. Yeah, it's one of my favorite words. So Lubica is asking, what about awesome? So awesome is when something's just really, really cool. So for me, it's awesome when I get like a chocolate bar. It's just awesome because I like chocolate. So awesome is A-W-E-S-O-M-E. Awesome is the pronunciation of that. So I think that was a great suggestion. Let's see here. Peter says the R sound and L sound and TH sound are a pain for learning English. Maybe we can go over these sounds next time. That's a great idea because we do a lot of words with R's in the middle, or even, well, I went over rural last time, right? That was a really hard, a word with two R's in it. And then we do funny things with TH. Usually it's a the sound, like then, though, there. And then L's are tricky as well, like if you have words like little, little has two L's in it. So Peter, I'm gonna write that down. I have a little list that I keep for a live stream, maybe next week, we'll see. But I think that I got all of it. If I missed any of you, if you have a word you still would like me to go over, put it in the chat right now. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I have a few other things to do. I would prefer to keep doing this, but you know how things go. Sometimes your day gets busy and you have other stuff to do. Awesome is all the cool things, right? Yeah, awesome is a great word to use. If someone says, hey, we're going to a concert, you can respond by saying awesome. Like it just means you're super excited to do it. It's a great word. I use it too much. I don't know if you've ever noticed that in my other videos, but anyways, if you don't know who I am, I'm Bob the Canadian. We're learning English together here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Anybody still around, give me a like right now. It really helps me. I stay excited the more thumbs up I get on my videos. And don't forget, new video coming out Tuesday. I believe Tuesday's video is going to be about how to tell a story well in English, like how to talk about what you did in the past on the weekend. So I'll give you some little tricks about if you were to have a conversation in English, how you would tell a little story about something you did. So I'll teach you how to introduce the story, like last week I went water skiing. I won't get too much into it, but look for that Tuesday. It might be different, you never know. But anyways, thank you very, very much for coming. I hope all of your English learning is going well. Have a great weekend. Again, I'm Bob the Canadian. If you have friends who are learning English, tell them about me. I would love it. That would be awesome. So anyways, thank you once again. I'm just going to say thank you in the chat, and then don't forget as well that if you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments below. I do respond to all the comments within a few days, and I can help you there as well. Or I take your comment and I'll make it into a video. So some of my videos in the past have come from people who, let's see, Timothy's saying, I often hear the phrase easy peasy Japanese. I have never heard that phrase. So sorry, Timothy. I have heard easy peasy, which just means something's really easy. But I'm not sure about, in fact, I think in today's world where I believe we should be as respectful as possible to everyone, I would never, even if that was a phrase, I wouldn't use it because I think it sounds a little bit, it sounds a little mean, so I wouldn't use that. But anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to shut this live stream down. You've been awesome. Have a great week ahead. Keep practicing your English, and I'll see you next Friday.